I possibly just went through the weirdest burnout I've ever gone through throughout my 3 years of game dev experience, and today I'm going to be talking about that experience, so hopefully you guys can learn something from it and hopefully draw it into your own life, and maybe you can sort of fix up your burnout if you've got one at the current time. Hi there, my name is Matt and I am a teenage developer with 3 years of experience, and I'm about to release my first game. So about a month or two ago, I had a really tough time with myself and I was really struggling mentally, and oh my god, it was a really bad phase. I wasn't able to really sort of talk to people properly. It was really bad. And I think that's kind of why I stopped YouTube. I stopped YouTube I'd say about 3 weeks ago. It got to the point where I just had to stop it for a bit. I didn't think I would come back. I thought I was completely done. And I was really ruined. I was just so broken. But you know, before I stopped YouTube, I had been doing a couple of indie dev chats because they seemed a lot easier for me to sort of make, and I could talk to people and maybe get back up to speed and be a bit happy with myself again. It did alright, but YouTube was really stressing me out. You know, I got to the point where I just was like, you know what, I'm just going to stop it. And I didn't realise I'd come back. I genuinely didn't think I would come back. I thought, that's it, I'm not going to come back. But then I realised it's quite an integral part of my game dev. I'm about to release my first game and I do want to make a video on that when I release it. And I guess I came back because I sort of realised how integral it was to me. Sort of having it in the background just sort of pushed me to do game dev still. Throughout the time that I did stop YouTube, I was feeling a lot better about myself. Game dev was a lot more productive. I found out a new sort of routine. I don't like to say routine or schedule because it seems, you know, I just use it as guidelines. I tried to limit myself to only working 5 days a week because otherwise I will just completely plummet. And I have a break on Wednesday and a break on Sundays. Those 2 days seem to work really well because they're sort of in the middle of each other, so they're 3 days apart, and it works quite a lot for me. And I think, you know, it's really important to have breaks. So if you guys can, make sure you take breaks. And yeah, don't push yourself to the limit because you do have a limit. It may seem like, you know, at times you are unstoppable, but trust me, you're not unstoppable, and things in real life are going to hit you, and it does impact your work and your lifestyle as a whole. So please do be prepared for it, and that's why those 2 days of breaks are really important, or just any breaks you have. They're really vital to keep you going, otherwise you will sort of crash basically. If you have to have a 0 day, you can still have a 0 day. I don't take proper 0 days. I don't take proper breaks for the whole day. I do sort of do a couple of game dev things, but I'd say, you know, if you can sort of keep up with a little bit of game dev, but have a day or two where you have a complete day with no in-engine experience and maybe outside of the engine, that keeps me going personally. Obviously it's up to you. You have to play around with that yourself. But I guess what made this burnout even weirder was the fact that I was getting a bunch of achievements, and usually achievements would keep me going. Ironically, it didn't really do that. I was really happy with the achievements I made. I'll just name one. I was nominated for a BAFTA award, which, if you guys don't know, it's basically the Oscars in the UK, and it is for games. Well, not BAFTA itself, but the competition I entered was for games, and I came in the finals. I'm in the top 10 in the country, which is still mind-blowing. But you know, after that I didn't really feel like I wanted to work much. I was struggling a lot with trying to find the work ethic, and I think I was trying to push it onto myself because I had made those achievements. I thought I needed to do more work, and I guess that's kind of something that really struck me, because previously I would be able to get motivation quite easily, and when you're actually put in this situation where you are the one being burnt out, suddenly your whole perspective just sort of changes, and you're like, oh my, you know, you are burnt out, you've crashed. And I'm not going to go into it too much, but crash is the worst feeling ever, because, you know, you try to relax, and my way of relaxation is through playing video games. it brings me relaxation. But because I've been a game developer, and game developers, you'll be able to sort of emphasize with this, you sort of analyze games more than you enjoy them. So even whilst I was trying to escape video game development, I was still going back to video games. And I kept playing back to it, and I kept thinking game dev, game dev, game dev. And gaming wasn't really good escape as it used to be. I didn't really realize that at the time. I was playing with my friends, and I just wasn't, I wasn't really finding that much enjoyment out of it. Always in the back of my mind, it would be like, you need to work, you need to work, you need to work, you need to work. But I just couldn't work. It was really weird. Previously, I would be able to do a lot of work and not crash, but this crash has been the weirdest, but the worst, but the best. Because I've learned a lot from this, and that's also why I'm making this video. And I guess what also made it really weird was the fact that my main project, Millions and Minions, there's no more work for me to really do other than marketing and doing some bug fixing and playtesting and stuff. Other than that, I haven't got any work. There's no content really for me to create or put into the game. Like, I guess you sort of start realizing you're releasing a game, and my game releases on the 30th of June, and it's coming up pretty close. Like, I guess when June started a couple of days ago, I was like, oh, June's here, and it's this is going to be a crazy month. But I guess after I realized I had no work really to do other than the marketing stuff, I sort of started like just going, oh well, I'm done with game dev then, even though I still needed to do work. Like, I think I sort of took it for granted that I had no work on that Trello board. And to end off this burnout, which I thought was a really strange way of ending off the burnout and getting back into it. So about a week ago, I'd say it was, me and my friends, we were talking. One of my friends was talking about the fact that he couldn't get motivated. He just wanted to just stop and everything. I was in the same boat as him, but I acted as though I was motivated. And I sort of put on, like, acting like I was all, really motivated and stuff. And I gave him advice for how to stay motivated and everything. It was a really strange experience because I was telling this guy how to stay motivated when me myself couldn't stay motivated. And, they say that teaching someone is the best way of learning. And I can definitely agree with that one. The best way I've learned is from telling him how you stay motivated, and I applied it to myself. And I guess what made it really strange to me was slowly but surely I was getting more and more demotivated until this last week. Now this last week, it was a crash. It was a real crash. I just completely shut off everything. I was done. I was like, you know what, I can't. And by this time, I had released the channel trailer. So I was like, oh my god, I've said I'm coming back. And then I just thought, you know what, I'm stressing way too much. And I just took a bit of a chill, relaxed, and stopped stressing. I tried relaxing by playing games, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to not worry about, analyzing the game and stuff. And I woke up the next morning this was Monday, and suddenly my motivation just came back. And it's a really strange experience because I was crashing and I was really, really ruined. But then suddenly it just sort of clicked, and I was like, wow, I just need to get back on the horse and just ride on again. Sometimes it's not as easy as that. Sometimes it's not as easy as, getting back onto it. But one thing I want to emphasize is if you feel yourself getting burnt out, take some breaks. Like, take a lot of breaks until you start chilling. And I think personally the next time I have a burnout, I'm going to turn off all my computers and stuff and get outside. Obviously with everything going on, it's a bit difficult. But if you are able to, please just take a walk and just relax, breathe in, breathe out, listen to music, whatever helps other than stuff that's related to the internet or video games, because that does play with your mind and it ruins you. So please, in future, if you ever have a burnout, just please make sure you take it easy and don't put the blame on yourself. I was blaming myself the whole time, but it's not my fault that I was burnt out. It's just the fact that, it's my work ethic. I'm a real workaholic with the work that I do, and if I'm not working, I'm not having fun. And I'm trying to change that work ethic because it's a really bad work ethic to have. So yeah, in future, everyone, please do stay safe with burnout, because it is a deadly thing for game devs and everyone, really. And if it does get to you too much and you end up crashing like I did, some people don't get out of that crash and some people just give up. So please do not let yourself give up. Get back on the horse, go as fast as you can, and just show everyone that you are a game dev. Show everyone that you can make worlds, you can make your imagination run free, you can love it, you can enjoy it, you can show your art, you can show your programming, whatever you're good at, show it off. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's a lot different to what I'm usually doing. I'm hoping to do these at least once a week maybe. If there are any topics you want me to talk about, then please do put them in the comments or go to my Discord and put them there. It'll be greatly appreciated, and I hope you guys do stay safe with everything going on, and thank you everyone. Alright, bye bye.